After 10 years and retiring from professional wrestling, AJ Lee is back in the WWE. Honestly, up until that music hit, I was still in doubt. I was still in doubt. Us as fans have always had the expectation that she'll one day return. We've maybe deludedly thought she would return multiple times, multiple women's Royal Rumbles. It's happened multiple times, and of course, that has been elevated with the return of CM Punk a couple of years ago. And it's finally happened. It's finally happened. She returned on SmackDown to beat the hell out of Becky Lynch and basically stand up for her husband, CM Punk. What a moment. What a great moment. This was anticipated the whole night. WWE made it so obvious, but it got to the point where it was looking too obvious that she was returning. And that's what made me think, okay, is it going to be a Bailey? Is it going to be a Rhea Ripley? Are they going to try and swerve us, have it be Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea Ripley gets taken out before WrestlePalooza, and then AJ Lee has to come back or has to then make the return for CM Punk. I thought maybe they were going to do that at some point, but luckily they did not do that. And AJ Lee returned on SmackDown. Huge pop in Chicago. I suppose her hometown. That's where she lives now. It might not be where she's from, but that's where she lives with CM Punk. And what a moment for AJ Lee. What a moment for CM Punk. You could just see he was a proud husband in that moment. And honestly, what a moment for them. Great to have AJ Lee back. I think she was one of the stars of a Divas era, or was the star of a Divas era that lacked a lot of credibility, and she definitely brought in that credibility along with the whole diva aspect. I mean, she did kiss a lot of men on TV, so that was the diva aspect to it. But in terms of in-ring credibility, she had it, and I think she was certainly a memorable figure from that era of the Divas era, especially for people my age. And I think it's great to have her back after 10 years, after maybe falling out of love with pro wrestling, falling out of love with WWE along with CM Punk. This is just how it should be, how it should be done. What a great moment. Becky Lynch sold the absolute hell out of this return. She did so good in the build up to it. And the storytelling was just great behind it. I mean, CM Punk is not going to hit a woman. Seth Rollins is trying to hide behind his wife. So it only calls for one thing, and it's a good reason for AJ Lee to come back. It's not just a random reason. It's not just because CM Punk is there and things are better. It's because there's a story now as well attached to it. She had to come back for her husband. I mean, and you know what? It kind of goes against the whole the husband coming to save the woman. It kind of changes that narrative up, and the woman is saving the husband. Like I think it's a really cool thing. Seth and Becky Lynch are probably the most insufferable characters on WWE right now, but it's so good at the same time. It's insufferable, but I love it. It's so good. And that insufferable nature that they have, that really annoying, irritating nature that they have, set up this return beautifully. It honestly did, because it's elation after dealing with the annoying Becky Lynch slapping Punk around, talking shit about Punk. I mean, she even had the line where someone said or she said something along the lines of, I invited myself, and Punk said, "Who invited you?" or something along those lines. And I thought Becky Lynch is so witty, she's so good at what she does, and she set up this return beautifully. AJ Lee, of course, her it seems to be like her old character, just maybe not hopping around to other men this time. Instead, it's only to CM Punk. Still skipping around, psycho girl, crazy girl type gimmick, which I thought maybe they wouldn't do this time around, because obviously she's older, times have changed. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she doesn't want to do that sort of gimmick anymore. Maybe she just wants to be AJ Lee, because at this point she can be just AJ Lee. But no, she came in full gimmick, and you know what? I appreciate it. I love it. It's proper nostalgic. And you know what? This is not just a once off thing. That's also what I can appreciate. As seen with the whole Triple H video on social media, if you guys haven't seen it, basically it's AJ Lee signing a contract. And from reports from Fightful, and I think basically that video, we can tell that this is not a one-time thing. She might have signed a couple-year contract or maybe a couple-match contract. I don't know the details in that. But the point is, WrestlePalooza is not the only place that we'll be seeing AJ Lee. So how would I do this? Well, have the tag team match, have AJ Lee pin Becky Lynch, move on to AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch, and have AJ Lee be the one to beat Becky Lynch. I just think that that's so cool. I mean, I know we would like someone younger to beat Becky Lynch for that title, But who is there? Who is there? I don't think there's much out there, and I think you could then run with like a Bailey, AJ Lee there afterwards. That would be great. There's just so many options on the table now, and you know what? The women's division was crying for another star, and I know that sounds a bit crazy because I mean we got Rhea Ripley, we got Io Sky, Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, Jay Cargill, Bianca Belair. There's a lot of stars, but it was crying out for a fresh new baby face, and especially Raw because they've got. I don't know if she's gonna be on Raw, but Punk is on Raw, so I assume she is. Especially where they've got just Rhea Ripley holding it down right now, and I know people love Rhea Ripley. I'm a bit tired of it, so I think it's a good thing that AJ Lee is back. And you know what? The one thing the women's division might lack is those big stars that only appear on the big pay per views. And I know maybe that's Becky Lynch, but to be honest, she's a full time wrestler again, so that's she's a part timer, full timer, if that makes sense. Like she's not a big attraction that only appears on the big events like a Punk does. She appears on all the events, so maybe AJ Lee can be that to the women's division, and I think that would be much needed. So this is a short video. I just wanted to express my elation about AJ Lee returning. I stayed up till 2 a.m. to watch it. I don't think I've stayed up to watch SmackDown live at all this year, other than maybe one or two John Cena appearances I wanted to see. Other than that, SmackDown's been boring as hell. By the way, that episode in general, the middle part sucked. I enjoyed John Cena and Sami Zayn until the farmer came and interrupted that. The middle area sucked. And then of course we got the main segment which everyone was waiting for. And that just hit like a house on fire. So good. The pop was insane. And I'm excited to see what this goes. I think this could be such an entertaining storyline, such a good storyline for WWE. It's definitely going to bring some eyeballs back onto a product which I think has been disappointing some people, myself included. I think this is something which can reignite a flame which has been dying out a little bit with some booking or with some booking decisions that have been made. So, with that being said, AJ Lee is back. Expect more from us, and we'll see you next time. Take care.